centered around shaping the future of HR, government initiatives, and innovative talent development strategies. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce you all to our speaker, this first speaker this morning. Please put your hands together for Colonel Abhay Mane, Director, Talent Management and Development, Government of India. A round of applause, please, for Colonel Mane.
Okay. Thank you, Rebecca. Okay. So the most difficult part of being the first speaker is that most of you are actually listening to me. Last year, I attended a conference in Pune, and what one of the speakers spoke has stuck to me. When you go to such an event, there is always a lineup of talks, trends, and policies being discussed, best practices. It gets overwhelming. One feels, are we doing enough or am I doing enough for my organization? However, what I feel is doable is taking those 1 or 2 points from that event which are relevant to the context of your organization and then applying them. That is when progress happens. And my purpose here today is to give you those 1 or 2 points highlighting the key government initiatives which are helping the human resource development in India. A Forbes report recently, which I have gone through, says that 96% of the industrial units, 40% of industrial production, and 42% of exports are linked to small businesses in India. However, we all know that these businesses are facing an acute challenge of resources. Hence, these businesses can leverage on government initiatives and help themselves grow. The topic. For me, the 2 critical words in this topic is the future and dynamic. What is future? That is what we do today. For example, if a company is not investing in the future of the development of its employee today, in the future it will have to let go of the employees because they are not skilled enough, or the employees will leave the company because they are not engaged. Either way, it is loss for the business. And what is present but a reflection of our past? And to know how the HR function has been doing in the past year, I have referred to the Gallup 2023 State of Workforce Survey. The top 3 findings are, okay, what we see here that 78% of the workforce is either not engaged or disengaged. It is causing $8.3 trillion loss to the global economy. Most of our young people, the Gen Z, are not engaged, highlighting the dissonance within the workforce between the generations. And the emotional cost of managers, I think management, which is what most of us are facing here. Daily negative experiences are on the rise. Today, even though managers are more engaged than the non-managers, they are most likely to switch jobs. I am seeing a few smiling faces here. So don't worry, your secret is safe with us. You can continue with your job search. Why I feel this topic is important? Firstly, because of these 3 points. Indian economic context. India is growing to be a GDP of US $5 trillion in the next coming 3 years. However, to do this, the most important priority area for India is skilling. The next point, new work contract. Today, job security and employee loyalty are no longer guaranteed. We have a recent example of Paytm, which is going for resizing. TCS just announced that 10,000 of its roles, they do not have the right skill set for taking over those roles. So what the HR function today has to develop a strategy which can empower the employees to take charge of their career, give them a platform for skilling, and finally lead to a skill-based organization. And the challenges of implementation can be overcome by leveraging technology and process integration. Any discussion on the dynamic workforce cannot go without discussing the gig economy. Today, India is growing to be a 5th largest gig economy in the world, and predicted growth of 17%. However, all is not well. There are difficulties for their wages, for their living conditions, their working conditions. So let me dwell a little bit more on this. There is a report called the Prisoners on Wheel report, which has been done by NGO and the Federation of App-Based Taxi Workers. It gives us the flip side of the gig economy. Certain points are highlighted based on their living standards, their difficulty in controlling their household expenses. The current regulatory framework has no much help for them. The new labor code or the social security code, which is most likely to be coming in next year, will be giving some respite to them. However, the state of Rajasthan is taken the lead in this. They have formed the Rajasthan Platform-Based Gig Workers Registration and Welfare Act. The three key features of this act are, firstly, each and every gig worker has to be registered with the government. Secondly, there is a welfare fund for which the fee will be paid by the aggregator in the welfare fund and can be utilized for the welfare of the gig workers. And third, presently there is no redressal mechanism, but through this act, the gig workers can approach the government if they have any grievance against the aggregator. So from here, I move to the various skill development initiatives which the government India is undertaking. Okay. Skill India. The Skill India mission was launched in 2015 with the ultimate aim, and it was a precursor to the Atmanirbhar Bharat, which was launched in 2020. The main aim of Skill India was upskilling of the youth in multiple skills. And how it was going to achieve it was through the apprenticeship training, technical training, and online skilling, wherein the online skilling and technical intern training part has got an international exposure. In online skilling, we have got international courses, and technical intern training, we have internships which are available in Japan. Now, to implement Skill India, the lead agency is Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, which bridges the gap between the requirements of the industry and the current labor force. The functional arm of MSDE is National Skill Development Corporation, under which there are 37 sector skill councils. These sector skill councils are managed by the various ITIs, and they are linked to the vocational training in the industry. The important schemes which are implemented by these organizations are, firstly is the Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana. Nationwide skill centers have been established, skilling the citizens of India right from personality development to AI. Jan Shikshan Sansthan. This targets the minority population and the underprivileged through vocational training. Now, vocational training also has been integrated with the general education through the National Education Policy. Then we have the Sankalp. This is a World Bank aided program which is targeting the skill development at district and below level, that is Gram Panchayat. In a summary, till now, 2.4 crore plus candidates have been skilled. To make it actionable for you, let me give you a glimpse of few portals through which these schemes can be accessed. The Skill India Digital and the Skill India app, these both apps will facilitate the companies to skill their candidates. Also, they are open for all citizens of India. And all the various initiatives links can be seen in the Skill India Digital Hub app. On the bottom left, you see the Shram Suvidha portal. So various labor compliances have to be filed with the Government of India Labor Ministry. So through this single window portal, the industry relations and the employee relation officers can be greatly benefited. Then we have the National Career Service. You can see this is the Naukri.com of Government of India. It is free for both job seekers and the employers. And the interesting point, as of now, if you go to this site, you can see there are 20 lakh more jobs than actual job seekers. Next is the National Apprenticeship Scheme. So this is a portal which brings together the employers and the apprenticeship seekers. Now, since this conference is happening in Mumbai, Maharashtra, it is imperative for me to highlight certain skill development initiatives of state government of Maharashtra. The topmost initiative is Maharashtra State Skills University, which was formed by a Government of Maharashtra Act. The aim of this skills university is economic growth of the state, create highly skilled and empowered youth, and facilitate employment. Now, there are 4 centers which is already seen here on the view file, and the education is imparted through these 5 schools. As you can see the fee structure, it is quite affordable. A normal MBA program costs anything about 25 lakhs today, whereas this course is just for 4 lakhs. The most important point of this Skills University is the industry-oriented curriculum. Here we can see the 60% on-the-job training, which will facilitate their employment after completing of the course. If you see example of a typical program, these are the skill set which are being imparted and the option of exit at multiple points. First is a diploma which we get in 2 years. If the candidate completes the training in 3 years, he get a Bachelor of Vocation, and if he does BTech, he'll in 4 years. Also, this is not only for freshers, even working professionals can have access to these courses because they have facilitated this by online programs and weekend classes. The solution partner to the Skills University is Red Hat, and there are various on-the-job training partners as listed on the view file. One of them is Marathwada Auto Cluster. So all the industries which are coming under MAC are providing on-the-job training to the candidates of the Skills University. So let me give you a few examples of the talent development strategies the Government of India organizations are following. Firstly, the Indian Army. I am the Director of Talent Development in College of Military Engineering, which is in Pune, and we had a special requirement of developing or designing a program which will be catering to needs of different units which are all over India. Some are in Northeast, some are in North, some are in West. So it was a challenging task. How we overcome this challenge? By going for a detailed training needs analysis and complementing it by a competency framework, which led to a holistic program which are catering to the needs of the organization as well as the individual. The Indian Railways. The main challenge which the Indian Railways was facing was the training of the loco pilots, especially in the case of emergencies. To overcome this challenge, what Indian Railways has done is that they have integrated technology and they are included simulator-based training through which the training to the loco pilots is given. And the benefit of this is they are able to reduce the training time and also the quality of training has improved. Third one is Indian Rare Earth Limited PSU. It's a Mini Ratna company which is in mining and it mines minerals such as zircon which are used in the automotive industries. They had faced a challenge of centralized training. Many of the government institutes have centralized training, but they have overcome this challenge of centralized training by sending small teams to their various units which are all over India, and they have developed their workforce. In the end, I want to summarize by saying that the government of India is looking for turning its organizations into best practices workplace by focusing on employee development and engagement. If you have any questions, please. Yeah, please.
Yeah, 2.4 crore candidates have actually benefited, right? Can we have a percentage in terms of what is the available population looking at versus the 2.4 to basically understand the percentage population that has benefited, and how is it that we are looking at better ways of communicating and reaching out to the youth to extend this benefit?
Okay, I will take your question in 2 parts. Firstly, how is the communication being made? Okay, so as the Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, there are around 100 plus skill centers which have been established, mostly in urban centers. These skill centers have got their own group of people who reach out to the district and below to educate the people, and this education is also given through the ITIs, the government colleges and various educational institutions. So this is propagated. Maybe we need to step up on that initiative. That is one part. So that is one. Secondly, the Jan Shikshan Sansthan. There are around 300 plus Jan Shikshan Sansthan which has been established. 2 centers are in Mumbai, one is in Dharavi and one is in Worli. So, and the fees of this training is also very nominal, 100 rupees for enrollment and 50 rupees monthly fee. So these are the ways where the government is trying to attract people by keeping most of the courses as free and having a very minimal fee. So this is one way. And secondly, when you talk about what is the population, I think this population has been compared against the whole population of India. So if you see what is the employable population of India, then you will get maybe the right percentages. Okay, I'm sure I'll get back to you on this. Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Colonel Mane.